So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Good evening and welcome to ATN's Press Roundtable. Press Roundtable is a convergence of media practitioners who dissect news and current affairs to provide the right balance. Today on Press Roundtable, we will be discussing so many issues interesting. Now, the first one is Rivers State Police confirmed death of prime suspects in DPO's murder. Economic hardship, Senator Benga calls for understanding. Economic turndown, cleric advice against protests causing Tinubu. Remuneration, FG begins payment of wage awards to civil servants. And after the break, I will introduce a veteran journalist who came here to do justice to the program just after this time out.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome back to Atlantic Television Press Roundtable. My name is Angel Mukoma, and this beautiful evening I have a wonderful, beautiful lady, a woman of class and poise, a veteran in the journalism. She is here to do justice to this program in the name of Clarice Azwatalam. Clarice Azwatalam, you're welcome to the program. Good to have you today.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here too.
You're looking so beautiful this evening.
Thank you.
All right, so let's go to the topic of today. We have a lot of a topic to dissect this evening. Now, first stories coming from the Rivers State Police confirmed death of prime suspect in Ambashin's mother. The Rivers State Police Command confirms the death of Gift Okbara, also known as Baba, the prime suspect in the murder of the divisional police officer of Ahoda Division, SP Bako Ambashin, in September 2023. In a statement by Grace Iringe Koko, a superintendent of police in Port Harcourt, said on February 17, 2024, at around 12:00 hours, Baba and his gang attacked Okobe town and Odioko community in Ahoda West local government area, destroying pipelines. At 04:00, operatives raided Baba's new camp. Despite a fierce gun battle, Baba and his gang members escaped. However, at around 14:00 hours, intelligence confirmed Baba's death after he lost consciousness and resuscitation attempts failed. The police said efforts were in progress to retrieve the body of the suspected killer, while investigations into the Island cult's activities in the region would continue. The Rivers State Police Command remains resolute in its duty to protect the lives and property of the citizens, and it will continue to employ all necessary resources and strategies to ensure a safe and secure environment for all. Now recall that SP Ambashin was ambushed and murdered in Ojemu Deer community in Ahoda, a local government area of the state, by a cult gang who dismembered his body and filmed it. I hope you followed up to the stories that really went on in River State. Now, despite the fact that Nigerian in section 319 of the Nigerian Access in the Criminal Code Act of Nigeria says that if you commit a murder, definitely you have to be sentenced to death. That's it. And when you have attempted murder, you also be convicted. Either you go for life imprisonment or the likes, depending on the gravity of the murder. Now, this case about this man who murdered this DPO, you've heard about the stories, it's really is pathetic, honestly speaking. And a lot of people are afraid of what, even some of the police people right now, they are afraid of what is their fate, because as they are there, trying to protect the lives of the citizenry, they are afraid of subsequent attacks, that this DPO now is being murdered. But when we look at the story, they said they were looking for them, they raided them, but when he escaped, it was later that he was found dead. Now, in all this, what do you have to say about all this whole thing? Because I think the police are also worried, the citizenry are also worried. What can you say about it? You're a veteran and the profession, so it affords you the opportunity to air your views.
The police should not be afraid. The job they have accepted to do is something that is challenging. I'm sure it's not their first time of having this kind of experience. Yeah, a police officer was unfortunately murdered. It's been happening. They should not be afraid. They are trained to do this kind of job, to fish out criminals and deal with them. It's unfortunately some of them die in the line of duty. That's the occupational hazard they have to go through. It's quite sad to lose anybody anyway, especially those who are doing genuine work. Be that as it may, the citizens on their part, I don't know, we have lived with this kind of problems over the years. Well, like an average Nigerian, I believe that it's the grace of God that has been sustaining us. So the police, they need to be encouraged more. I even commend them that after all these months of running after looking for the suspect who killed the DPO, they have succeeded in getting him. I know they would have loved to get him alive, but well, the circumstances beyond their control made them to kill him before he could be arrested. And maybe they said they found him unconscious. I don't know whether the guy took this substance that
and they said all the whole attempt to resuscitate him during that period failed.
Because I'm sure the police would have loved to get him alive.
For thorough investigation,
exactly,
right?
To ask him questions on
and because and I think it's not just only that den they have. They may also have other dens, other hideouts, because he said he's a ringleader. He said he's a ringleader. So when they apprehend him, if the police succeed now, if they succeeded in apprehending him, they will cross-examine him.
Yes,
they're going to make a lot of investigations.
If they have succeeded. But for now, all the information we have is that he was the sole ring leader.
Exactly.
And since he has died, I'm sure his voice will scatter. If those alive will scatter, they will just go their separate ways. Fear will not allow them to continue this operation, kill policemen.
And they also have to intensify efforts in fishing out their gangs, their members as well,
yes,
in order to know actually how to cope.
Before the killing of these two Baba, I like that there was a time police, got two of his members. They shot them in the course of looking for two Baba, while others escaped. You understand? So depends on who and who we are involved in the killing of the DPO. You understand? Because I'm sure police will not just go after innocent people.
No, they won't.
And they will not. And for the citizens of Kahoda,
West.
Yes, some of them might be naturally, anyway, naturally, when this kind of thing happens, many people will be living in fear.
It will create tensions.
They will be living in fear, but they don't, as far as the police is concerned, they don't have anything to be afraid of. Let them go about their normal duties and believe that this kind of character will not come up again from that their area.
All right. We also encourage community policing, because once you have this community policing, because they said the Chu Baba himself is a member of a court. He's a head of a court. Now, if they have this community policing, I think it's going to also go a long way in reading these people, in getting them, in making sure that they curb this whole insecurity. But because everyone, they are all tensed up. They are all tensed up. There is tension in the community. There is tension even in the security operatives. So I think when they engage the community, all those guys, equation, all those guys, once they engage them in, they will now know who is who, because it has now gotten to the grassroots.
The cult group, like I mentioned earlier, if this two Baba was actually their ringleader, I am sure the remaining members of the camp will be living in fear. They will all scatter. Because knowing that the man they believed in, that they thought was invincible, is no more there, they will know that yes, their own lives are at stake. So some of them will retrace. Definitely, it will not be business as usual for them again. They will now begin to either to leave that other community, or just find another group to go with. Unfortunately, for those of them who are diehards, but those who are soft-hearted might say, "Oh, there is no gain in this thing, so let me go back to normal life."
All right, so this is also a food for thought for those people who are contemplating to engage in crime and criminality, because the security operatives, they won't keep quiet in making sure that they bring unity and peace in our society. So if you're one of them, if you're watching us, make sure that you desist from such acts. Okay, we also have more stories coming from economic hardship. Senator Benga calls for understanding. Senator Benga Daniel, the senator representing Ogun East Federal Constituency at the National Assembly, calls for understanding over prevalent economic situation in Nigeria. Senator Benga, who spoke during his tour of Ijebu-Ode local government area of Ogun State, said, "Really, things might not be so good as we wanted, but I want to plead with you, my people, to show understanding, because our President, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, inherited what we call a failed economy. But it is impossible for him to talk. With all the things that have happened before him, he cannot talk. All he is trying to do is to find the solution. I want to assure you that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and our country will be better for it. The President needs our cooperation now more than ever. Before I assure you that just very, very soon, everything will be fine with us." Did you listen to this Senator Benga, who is calling for understanding of the masses? Okay, now this man is actually trying to say that what we are going through is what the president inherited from his predecessor, President Muhammad Buhari's administration. Now, so he's not trying to say that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that we have to understand. And now look at the current situation in Nigeria. I was discussing with someone this afternoon. He said, we are just in famine. Like Nigeria should just let them write it that we are in famine. Now, one senator somewhere is calling on for the Nigerian citizens. They said we should have understanding of what is going on. How can we have understanding of what is actually going on?
They have to explain to us how we should have understanding.
Exactly.
Because over the years, not just with this administration, over the years, Nigerian citizens have always shown understanding. In fact, Nigerian political leaders should count themselves blessed, because we, the ordinary citizens, we love them. Whatever they tell us, we believe. All this new message of show understanding and be patient, for how long? What the government is not even making efforts to bring us out of the woods. If you see, yes, hold on, I'm coming, the person just goes somewhere and relaxes without making any efforts. I mean, you begin to wonder if the person has the gas for your life at all. It's quite easy for them to talk, show understanding, be patient. What efforts? Show us in concrete terms the efforts they are making to improve our lot. Today, they said $1 is now exchanging for 1,800. Can you imagine that? And this is inflation. This, like you said, is famine. Many people many homes can't even eat 3 times a day. Some, if they even see one, they thank God for that. They say that in villages, many children are now going about with a big swollen, big heads, with lean body, because of hunger. So, for how long do we have to endure this hardship? And the lifestyles of these our leaders does not portray that the country is going through hardship or hard times. They are still living flamboyant life. Oh no. They have not shown, reciprocated the love we have shown them.
Because I think this naira is highly concentrated to the so-called the elites, the bourgeoisies, and because I think they have this money. Because I'm wondering, I'm sitting down here wondering how someone would say Nigerians should have understanding when you do, like just you said, 3 times square meal a day. How many persons even enjoy 2 times square meal a day? Because if you have 2 times square meal a day, that means you are above average. Oh, that means the person is above average. You can afford. But now, if you get to the market, prices of goods just skyrocketed for reasons we can explain.
It has skyrocketed. I'm told that a bag of rice now goes for 70,000 naira.
Exactly, and then from there to 100,000 naira.
So before Easter, you find out that it might be up to 100 or 120,000 naira. And how many families can afford it? That's the sad and worrisome part of it.
And the thing is this now, the president on his own part, I've not seen any conspicuous things he has done to show that he's actually really feeling or working towards achieving that, because everyone is crying. For crying out loud, people are weeping. Unemployment everywhere, and this is actually giving the youth more time to engage in atrocities.
That is the implication of this thing, what they are doing. That's the implication of this uncaring attitude towards us. They don't love us. It's just mere words. Be patient, show understanding. The hardship will not last long. There is light at the end of the dark tunnel. How can you even pass through that tunnel before you get to see the light? They should show us how to pass through that tunnel before we begin to see the light. It's quite unfortunate. I don't know what they want us to do again. The youth, yes, those who cannot endure are taken to crime, unfortunately. Although I'm not preaching crime and criminality, but some of them who cannot endure, this thing has compelled them to begin to indulge in crime and criminality, which does not augur well for our society. what efforts? Let them come and show us in concrete terms what they are doing with all the money. Every time they are borrowing money, they are going to IMF, World Bank, borrow money. What do you do with all this money? We don't have good roads. Or we don't have light. Look at school fees. Look at hospitals. No water. Why are we even talking of insecurity? Are we talking of insecurity? Okay, now, people cannot even go to their farms because of insecurity. Those who still have their land. In some areas, some governors have grabbed people's land under the Land Use Act. They have grabbed people's land without paying them compensation. If they had paid them compensation, maybe they would use the money to start buying and selling. But they have grabbed their land under Land Use Act. Those who still have their land, the bandits have occupied the land. You can't go to your farm.
Those Fulani headsmen.
That is it. So where do we go from here?
Now that means they have to put some measures in place before calling for understanding.
Yeah, that's
we
what I'm
need to
saying.
see something tangible.
Yeah,
we need to see something reasonable. For them to now say, okay, I've given you these measures, I've given you this, I've empowered you, I've done this, I've done A and B. Then I call, please, I call for understanding so that you guys, you really
That is
understand
it.
what we're saying.
You are not investing on your on your citizens, and you are telling them to be patient. Why you are always on jamboree? Huh? If you and your family members and those are the hem of authority are the ones who are having good life. The other Nigerians don't deserve good lives. It's quite sad. It's heartless of them. Honestly, I don't expect that they will be treating us this way. When this government came into power, many people said, okay, the man has a magic wand, and the way he transformed Lagos is coming to transform Nigeria like that. Look at it now. It's even worse. Protests everywhere, protests every day from many areas. And he does not seem bothered. If he were to be a good leader who loves us, he would have addressed the country over this thing. And he would have addressed us and told us, see the steps I'm taking to ameliorate all this hardship. But we are not hearing from him. But maybe by next week now, you hear that he has jetted out of the country for one conference or the other. That doesn't bring any effect, any good impact on us.
Okay, so now we, the journalists here, we're trying to do justice to what is actually going on in the country. We are beckoning on him, Senator Benga, for you also, for as long as you're now calling on Nigerians to plead with us to show understanding. We are also pleading with you to please tell the president so that he can also see reasons why he can help Nigerians to really come out of this whole situation. The economic hardship is really telling on all of us. So I think we are just begging them to do something. If he can talk to us to have understanding, we are also calling.
Do we even need to beg? It is their duty to take good care of us. They beg for votes, and we the citizens, gave them
we vote for them.
So how do you now say thank you for what we have done for you, for making it possible for you to occupy a seat of power?
All right. We have other stories. The Premier Elijah Ayodele, leader of our Evangelical Spiritual Church, on Tuesday urged Nigerians to desist from cursing and protesting against President Bola Tinubu over the economic turndown in the country. Premier Ayodele, in a statement through his media aide Osho Oluwatosin, said cursing President Tinubu and those in power will not solve anything. Nigerians should learn to pray for their leaders because we all want the country to be better. I warned Nigerians against voting for APC, but they didn't listen, and now they are reaping what they sowed. Protests and causes won't solve anything other than prayers for our leaders. In the next 2 weeks, the Nigerian economy may shut down if there is no solution to some of the issues we are facing, especially on price control. We will just realize everyone is going on strike. No one would be willing to sell anything again because of the economic hardship. We have failed to listen before. We go to this stage and curses will not even do anything at all. All we need now is God's mercy for our leaders and country, he said. He said government of Nigeria must work on 5 things in 2024 which can make the country to be great. Number 1, he said stable light. Number 2, he said improve security and buy more weapons. Number 3, he said development of infrastructural facilities and agriculture, plenty of food, that's having plenty of food. And 5, he said they have to create employment opportunities. So have you heard what this cleric is now actually advising the protesters? I said, Cousin Tinubu will not help anything. He will not help Nigerians. And he said, Abinisha, that he wants them not to vote APC. But now they have voted him in, that there's no need for, no cause for alarm. They shouldn't agitate. They shouldn't protest for anything. What can you say about this?
Well, the primate was just expressing his own opinion. I know that biblically we are urged to pray for those in authority. That's how the Bible puts it. Pray for those in authority. But for me, I'm not trying to tell those who pray for them not to pray. But for me, I don't think they deserve our prayers because of the way they have been treating us. Or whether people decide to cause them or not to cause them, it's matter. Personally, I'm not bothered about that. But for you to merit somebody's prayer, you have to behave well. All that they have been showing us does not mean, do not show that they love us. I've said it before. They don't love us. If you don't love me, why should I pray for you? You go your way, I go my way. You understand? If God blesses you, well, it's your luck. If He doesn't bless you, it's also your luck. It's not the person or whatever that will. In fact, let God deal with them the way He deserves. He wants to deal with them. It's not in my position to say curse or don't curse. The primate was just airing his opinion. Yes, I remember he said during the election, don't vote for APC. But I don't know. Even the result of the outcome of that election is still controversial. Many people don't believe that those declared winners actually won. Although the Supreme Court has said that they won. Let us believe it. But whether they won or did not win, and now they have legally occupied the seats, let them work for it. So that next time we will say, oh, okay, this man, within the 4 years he was there, he has done this, he has done that, he has done. Then people will now, even those who didn't vote for him last time, will now get up and go and vote for him because they have seen in concrete terms what he has been doing. But every day, don't do this, don't do that, people are hungry. Even the prayer, some people don't have sense to do the prayer. They don't have. It's when you are physically strong.
When you have eaten and when you're well fed,
yes,
you can now
kneel down, sing, clap and pray. Somebody who is weak, he don't even have the strength to open his or her mouth to pray. Some are lying sick in their homes. They don't have money to go to the hospital. Even the hospitals, some hospitals, you go there, it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I read today one young lady who was taken to the hospital by her father, and this girl was made a first class in her university. In Port Harcourt, they went there, they said she had not seen her period for some time. After all the tests, they said nothing was wrong with her. They told her, they said the people in charge told her to come back the next day. But when she got there, they now put her in theater. without even getting the consent of the father or the mother. They operated on, carried out surgical operation on her, and the girl died. In a hospital. Although they said police have arrested them, and then the young girl is gone and gone forever. So even going to hospitals these days is a risk. Staying at home, problem. Is it insecurity? Like this insecurity, I keep hammering on it. At home, you are afraid. On the road, you are afraid. Going to work, you are afraid. Yeah, I don't know where they want us to run to. And tomorrow you tell the young ones who have money, they will do their jackpot. But some of us who have, at this age, what am I going to do abroad? Except I go on holidays and return. Who will give me work over there?
Exactly.
The best thing, let them. Nigeria is a blessed country. It's a big country. Oh no, it's so sad. Look at now Ghana cities. I remember how many years ago that I went to Ghana. The few thousands of naira I had. When I changed it to their cities, I became an instant millionaire over there. But now cities is stronger than naira. CFA, this was the Republic of Benin. Look at this. It's stronger than naira. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And no effort whatsoever to make the naira to be strong again. Every day the patient don't question. Anybody how you want to treat your leader is your own personal opinion.
Exactly.
But I will not be the one to encourage anybody to pray. Oh, don't pray for them. If you want to pray for them, it's your personal. It's your own cup of tea. If you don't
he's actually doing what he's supposed to do as a clergy. He's doing what he's supposed to do. The only thing he has to encourage Nigerians is to pray for the leaders. Because he believes that praying for the leaders is the ultimate. That praying for them.
A leader who does not love me, I pray for you.
Exactly.
And every day you are afflicting me with punishment, with hunger. It's like giving me psychological torture.
Exactly.
So, what mind do I have to? Then I'll tell
every day dollar is maybe very soon we experience that they would tell us that dollar is now 2,000 naira.
One is 1,800 today.
In the next few weeks.
Yeah, that before Saturday, this coming Saturday, to hit 2,000.
Oh, this is quite.
That's why inflation. Transport has increased. I went to a pharmacy this evening. The young boy there was telling somebody who came to buy something, and the man was not didn't have. I believe he didn't have enough money to buy the drug. As he mentioned the price, he now started telling the man, although jokingly, you don't come and sit down and enjoy this because the fan was on. He said you don't have to come here and enjoy this fan that I use my hard-earned money to go and buy fuel. I asked him how much did you buy a liter of fuel? He said he bought it 900 naira.
Wow.
You can imagine. So these are the things people. He said, God, I only want those who are buying my drug medicine here to come and enjoy this fund because I use my hard-earned money to buy it, 900 naira. And it was difficult. It's not as if you just walk in, pay 900 naira and buy it and come out.
And not to talk about the drugs itself. Not to talk about the drugs. So this situation is actually telling on every Nigerian. It's actually telling on us. So if there's anything they have to do, they have to do it very, very fast.
Yes, they are not doing anything because they don't want to do anything because within their families they are comfortable. If you have headache, if you want to go and see doctor abroad, this night, visa is not a problem. Flight ticket is not a problem. Getting a hospital over there is not a problem. So it's people like you and I who will now be, how do I go about this? That's why many churches are springing up. Fake fake or real ones are all over the place.
Honestly.
And sometimes many people, in the course of going to seek solution from the churches,
Yeah.
they end up taking their lives, so to say, quote on quote, because they will walk into the hands of these fake ones, and they will just use them for mincemeat.
A man I met a few days ago said that he's living on debt. That he's living on debt, that he can't even find food, that even his wife, the mother-in-law, the daughter, that they cannot even afford to eat a square meal a day. And I also have another girlfriend, very, very close to me. She's having this sweet look. So on her hand, you know, very, very disturbing. Now, so when she went to the pharmacist, she said she wants to go and get some, they prescribed some antibiotics and antifungal, you know, medication for her. Everything was like about 15,000 Nigerian naira. So he was like, wow, I can't afford this, and just ordinary. And then, and she was, in fact, as a matter of fact, she said she doesn't know what to do because paracetamol cannot even do anything on that. Well, I think this is a very serious situation here in Nigeria. We need to do something.
Our leaders should just.
They have to do something. We voted them in. So they also have, they need to think about the situation. They need to provide solutions so that we cannot, Nigeria will not go into a recession, because they say if nothing is done, if nothing is being done,
Nigeria is said the
Nigeria is going into
extinction.
Exactly. So something has to be done about it. Okay, before we go into the other topic right now, let's call for a short break. When we return, we talk about the other story.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on-spot news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Every day our lives are changed by
Welcome back. In case you're just tuning in right now, you are watching Press Roundtable on Atlantic Television Network, and with me here I have a veteran journalist who is actually doing justice to this program. Her name is Clarice Azwantolam. She is just right here, and the last topic we discussed was about the cleric urging Nigerians to have to show understanding and also calling them for them not to protest. But we are moving on to another story. The federal government is reported to have commenced payment of the wage awards for November, with the deals agreed upon by the organized labor and the federal government as one of the ways to mitigate the impact of premium motor spirit subsidy. Speaking in a position of anonymity to a correspondent, a civil servant said some civil servants had started receiving the wage award for November 2023. According to him, payment came in this morning. Tuesday. Others have also confirmed receipt in my agency. Also, one senior civil servant in a federal government-owned schools outside Abuja said, yes, the November 2023 wage award has been paid. You will recall that this development is coming after the ultimatum given by the organized labor. The Minister of State for Labor, Nkiruka Onye Georgia, has said the government would again resume the payment of the wage awards. Okay, did you listen to that stories about the FG beginning to pay the wage award to civil servants? So, and what can you say about it? Remember when they are talking about paying this wage awards, they said it's to mitigate the effect of the subsidy. Remember what they had, what their plan, their blueprint was that if they had to remove the fuel subsidy, that that they're going to better the life of Nigerians. But now I think we have an opposite. We're just having opposite of what they have in mind. And so what can you say about the FG beginning to pay this award, these wage awards to civil servants? Is it a welcome development? How can you assess that?
To me, the whole thing sounds ridiculous.
Well,
yes. That kind of salary, all that people should get as of right. They are now every time they are negotiating wage, they are negotiating salary, they are negotiating wage award. Every time. And what baffles me or what breaks my heart is that they will sit down with these labor union leaders and agree on a certain amount. Implement it, you will not. Something you have agreed on. Then carry out your own side of the bargain is a problem. Something you agreed on since last year, you are now paying it, and you want people to hear it and clap for you. How bad? It does not make sense. To me, it sounds ridiculous. They should stop it. Agreement is agreement. Once you have entered into an agreement with somebody or with an organization or union, carry it out. Carry out that agreement. And then, if they are, okay, now, labor wants to embark on another strike. It's as a result of all these disappointments. But then
they say after, if they meet the ultimatum, that's the on February 23. Now, the 1 week after the expiration date, that's starting from 28, 27, 28, that they are going to embark on strike, according to the NLC, the Labour Chairman, Joe Ajero. It said they are going to embark on strike if nothing is being done. I think that they have to look into this issue. Even the NATO that are lifting this premium spirit, they said they use the diesel. They said they use diesel to convey this whole thing. And now even they are running out of money because of the high price of the diesel.
Yes.
Now, so that means something has to be done urgently.
See, the entire sector, all the sectors of the economy, none is working well. Except for them are the a seat of power. Those are the people who are enjoying Nigeria. The rest of us are not. You see, this salary of it, every time you and labor, But when the labor people say they are going on strike, they will call them and persuade them and say, please don't go, don't go, don't go. They will respect them.
You know, they withheld this wage award before. When they said they were going to give them, immediately they removed they removed the subsidy. They said, okay, this money we want to pay you is going to help you out. So that you fuel your car, yes, exactly. You buy other things, just 35,000 naira, adding it up to your basic salary.
How much can it go? Even that, despite that the amount is small, yet they don't want to pay. Every time we are negotiating salary, small amounts. So, oh no, it is a helpless thing to do. Agreement is agreement. Salary should not be seen as a favor in this country. Wage award, it should not be seen as a favor in this country. Pay people what you have agreed on and pay them as when due. And you will see there will be peace. Look at, sorry I'm veering off now. Look at pensioners. Eh? After serving your country very well, at the end of the day, to pay the person entitlement, his or her entitlements becomes a problem. And it's not at the state level, even at the federal level, they are all getting this allocation. Every month they will get allocation. Pay salaries, pay pensioners, pay their gratuities. If these things were to be paid as and when due, some of them will roll it into certain small scale businesses, and it will help the economy to be growing. But they will not. Some pensioners, while waiting for their entitlements, have died. Some in the course of one governor will tell them, tomorrow, carry all your documents, come, we are going to verify this, verify that. Some of them will go. At the end of the day, hunger might push some of them down. Some will die at the venue of the place where they are meeting with the government. I mean, is it not embarrassing? But abroad, before you even work on the last day of your duty, of your work at your place, everything is set. All you will be getting is alert. You don't need to be going carrying file up and down to go. They want to ask us to bring our file. What for? Because everything is computerized. They know when you are when you are you know when you are going to receive your alert, and you go and take your money. I have an aunt who worked in UK as a nurse. Glory be to God, she's still alive. She's still enjoying her pension there. She's in Nigeria. What she does, because her husband is also alive, what she does, 6 months she will go to UK, mop up whatever must have accrued to her, and come back to Nigeria. And she'll be using it to take good care of herself and her husband. They are living fine. You understand? So that is the way it should be. Pay people their entitlements. Agreement is agreement. That is the way I see life. You can't come and tell me I will pay you 50,000 tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, you will now begin to dodge, begin to bring obstacles. That is the hardest thing to do.
I think they need to do something about it. Once you have an agreement, I think it goes down to your integrity, so that when next we are speaking to the masses, they will have no reason their option than to listen to you.
Exactly.
But now, when you have this calming terms and said, okay, this is what we are going to give you. Now, okay, let's just look at it now. We said the price of fuel is skyrocketing. Now they are paying this 35,000 naira. What is it doing to the poor masses?
Ask me what they will do.
What is it doing to the poor masses now?
I don't know.
Are they not supposed to be paying the wage?
If you even use the word masses, it's as if it's general. It's those who are in the
service there. Yeah,
you
we're talking
understand?
about, yes, those of the service.
And how far can it go? A family of father, mother, and maybe 3 children. Tell me.
What can it help them? What can it do for them?
You have not even thought of their medication.
That means now, okay, let's just look at it and its integrity, that they can be paying wage award for like 100 or 200,000. I think it will go a long way in solving Nigerians' problem.
100,000.
From 100 to 150, from 150 to 300. Outside, because looking at the economic situation, it's really hard. It's really
you see,
telling
they will
people.
tell us there is no money, but when it comes to money for them to indulge in frivolities, money will come out. When they want to jet out of the country, money will come out. But for them to plow the money into the system and use it to improve us, there will be no money. Look at even the security agencies, the young officers who are doing the real job of protecting you and I.
Exactly.
They are not even well taken care of. They are not well taken care of. And that is why some of them, when they see some of these crises areas, they look the other side. I say, why? Because they have seen that this country is not worth dying for. US can go to war because of one citizen, one of the citizens. There was a time we went to Israel on pilgrimage. We entered into a supermarket and saw one young Israeli girl wearing trousers, got a small pistol here. You understand? So we started chatting with her, and what? Why are you? She said, yes, she's on duty. So if you see a criminal man, you should say yes. That, are you proud of the job you are doing? She said yes. That Israel can go to war because of her. So if her country can go to war because of her, she's also ready to die for her country.
Wow.
I wonder how many people,
in Nigeria,
including myself, let us be frank and sincere. I like being sincere with people. How many of us will be ready to sacrifice our lives for this country? Because when you check, you're only living for yourself and for your family. The country does not have regard for you. So why will I now go and die for my country? The country that doesn't have regard for me. When it happens, they will say, don't question God. That's the way God wants it. It's quite sad. It's quite heartbreaking.
All right, okay. Well, that's the much we can take for today on Press Roundtable on Atlantic Television Network. We thank you so very much, ma'am. You really did justice to this program. So we are also hoping to see you next time on this station and at the same time on Press Roundtable. Meanwhile, you can stay connected on Atlantic Television socials and like our social and our page. You can also join us on StarTimes on channel 194 on Twitter handle Atlantic TV Net, and on Facebook and on YouTube Atlantic Television Network, on Instagram and on TikTok we are there. We are on Atlantic TV Network 1. Also, you can watch us live on our website atlanticnetwork.tv, on our app ATN Live, and on our YouTube and Facebook Atlantic Television Network. ATN Press Roundtable, we provide you the right narrative in news narration. And up next now we have Let's Talk, and the global news will be coming your way at 9 p.m. Peace and unity are the pathways to progress. I am Angel. Welcome, Ma. You can also join me on my socials on Angelic Angel. Thank you so very much for watching, ma'am. I appreciate your coming. Thank you so very much. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All right, next time.
Look angelic.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
From the line across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the Sahara, we bring on sport news, live analysis, expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.